Welcome back to Sunday Night in America. There's good news and bad news. The good news is the president is willing to make some tough decisions to stop the unlawful immigration into the United States. The bad news is it's not your president. It's the president of Panama who pledges to close a major northern passageway used by those coming to the U.S. unlawfully. Will it work? Who knows? But at least Panama has a plan. What's the U.S. plan, and how is Kamala Harris doing on her search for so-called root causes? This is an election year. An election should be about competing and contrasting ideas. So what is the Republican plan for border security and immigration and removal? Joining us is Texas Congressman Tony Gonzales, who is a member of the Homeland Security Committee and represents a district where the border and immigration are actually everyday issues. Welcome, Congressman. Thank you for joining us. Does the Republican Party have a plan that can both work and become law? Or is it simply a question of which executive signs which executive order going forward?
Thank you for having me, Trey, and happy Mother's Day to my mother and my wife, Angel, and all those Texas mothers out there. House Republicans do have a plan, and we have actually passed this out of the House. What you see, though, is you see an administration, they also have a plan, and their plan is unfolding exactly what is occurring right now. They want this border crisis to occur. Their policies are encouraging this. And I would say, Trey, this border crisis is growing. It's expanding. I was just out in West Texas where no one's talking about this huge increase in oil theft. And the oil theft absolutely is tied to the border crisis because you have folks that are Cuban nationals into this country illegally that have fueled this crisis. Over half or nearly half of the nation's oil and gas comes from West Texas, and that's under attack because of this border crisis. So the Biden administration has a plan. They're executing the plan, and it's time for us to go in a different direction.
Congressman, like any kind of average lawyer, I try to understand the other side of any issue, not out of sympathy, but I have a desire to know and expose the weakness on the other side. I really do not know the argument in favor of less border security and more unchecked immigration. I'm not being facetious. I really do not understand the argument by some progressives against securing the border. So when you talk to your progressive colleagues, why do they think the border should be not secure?
They're really blinded, Trey, by the facts. And what they don't understand is people are unsafe. They feel unsafe in this country. And they are actually making it harder for legal immigration. Why the heck would you go down the legal route when the illegal route is the one that's encouraged? The illegal route is what's going to get you to the front of the line. Why would you wait years? Why would you fill out the law, the paperwork you need and abide by the law? So what is it? In many cases, what the Biden administration and these liberals have done is they've encouraged illegal immigration and they've curbed legal immigration. It's absolutely mind-boggling, but this is what they want. It's a weird way about it. The bottom line is this: people in America do not feel safe. There's a growing amount of chaos throughout the country. Laken Riley, it's time after time. It's not all people coming over illegally, but the facts are the people that are coming into this country are breaking the law. And the way we fix it is we deport them back to their country of origin. That's what Panama is talking about doing. Everyone is saying, hey, look, we're a warm and welcoming country, but if you're here illegally, you got to get sent back.
All right, I hate to ask you a political question on Mother's Day, but I am baffled by it, so I have to ask you. Matt Gaetz, your colleague from Florida, seems more interested in replacing you than he does the squad. Why is that? I mean, he says nicer things about the most progressive, radical members of the Democrat Party than he does about you, and I guess I'm trying to figure out why.
Yeah, Trey, it's unfortunate. You know this. I have 434 other colleagues, and let's just say not all of them are pleasant colleagues that are going to get Christmas cards from me this year. As a Republican, I think we're used to fighting. I like a good dust up, just as much as the next person. But we need to be united in defeating this Biden agenda at all levels, right? And that starts by winning back the White House with President Trump. That starts by winning back the Senate and and keeping and growing the majority in the House. There's no time for this infighting, and anyone, whether it's Matt Gaetz or anyone else that kind of wants to just eat at each other, I think is the wrong approach. We got to get back to doing the nation's business. We have a slim majority in the House, and one of the things that we have to do is we have to win. We can't, he's supporting my opponent that is absolutely insane and radical and done all these crazy things. They want to lose. There are some people that love losing. All they know how to do is lose. Republicans got to get back to the drawing board and go, how do we govern and how do we win?
Yeah, two real famous people, Congressman, said a house divided against itself cannot stand. I think that would be Jesus and Abraham Lincoln. It's still really good advice. Congressman Tony Gonzales, happy Mother's Day to all the moms in your life. Thank you for joining us on a Sunday night.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.